Joining us this evening, legal expert Alexis Rosenberg with Rosenberg Law to help us better understand what's going on in these latest developments. So everyone's first reaction hearing this is what? This can't be real.
I mean, yeah, I think I woke up totally stunned. Everybody else did when they saw this come across. I mean, who would have ever thought? No matter what camp you were in, it was surprising. And the fact that this was disclosed is even just as surprising.
And how common is it for confidential documents like this to be leaked from the Supreme Court? I've really never heard of this happening before.
It's unprecedented. It's totally unprecedented. Everybody is surprised. I mean, when I first read it, probably like most people, we thought it was fake. And you know, how this happened and who disclosed it and how they got a hold of it, that obviously is going to unfold as the days happen because there's an investigation. So it'll be interesting to follow that.
What does this mean, though, the information that was leaked out? This means they're discussing it.
Well, what it appears to be is that there's an order, and even though it's in draft form, it's pretty much done. And usually when you have the drafts going back and forth, it's because they're just kind of fine-tuning the language. But the theme or the main point most likely isn't going to change because it was drafted, you know, pretty substantially.
So if this wasn't leaked out, then we would have found out about it a little further down the road, maybe a done deal, but they'd have to vote on it still, right?
Well, yeah, they have to vote on it, and you know, we may not have seen the drafts. Usually you're not seeing the different drafts. You'll have dissents or people not agreeing with you know, what's being said that'll be contained in the order. That's common, but these drafts going back and forth usually are not disclosed to the public in this manner.
Right. Okay, so what does this mean? What would the next steps be to officially overturn this law?
They just need to sign it.
That's it.
They just
Really?
need to sign at this point. So what we're seeing currently in this draft is it's overturning it and saying that it's putting the responsibility or the privilege into the individual state's hands to determine how to regulate and or ban the abortions. So, I mean, currently this is major because currently over half our states do already have regulations on abortions. 13 of them actually have what's called trigger clauses, which means if this is signed tonight, potentially tomorrow abortion could be banned in those states.
So it'll be maybe the governor's decision? It won't be county by county, so it'd be a state decision, or who knows?
So with Florida, they just recently passed a bill that was supposed to go in effect July 1st that banned abortions past 15 weeks.
Right.
So it would not be surprising based on that trend that Florida bans abortions, being able to do so if this is overturned.
I know we're jumping ahead, but say this does go through, we're going to see a lot of changes. What do you think the implications would be, this being overturned? We're just talking, but legally, would people be put in jail for fined?
Well, I mean, I think the biggest implication is going to be the effect that it has on poor women.
Going back in time.
Right, exactly, which seems unfortunately to be the history of things. But I mean, a wealthy woman or a woman with means will get on a plane and go to a state that has legalized abortion. It's really going to be those women that cannot get on the plane and go and have that ability to do that. But it's a slippery slope. I mean, this is taking away the right of women to make a decision about their bodies. So now what next civil liberty or civil right is going to be the target?
Do you think because this leaked that some of the Supreme Justices might change their mind, or they're probably what is?
Well, with the layout of who they were saying was for and against, most likely not. I think with anything, what we'll see is maybe just some fine tuning of language because now this is leaked. There's probably more scrutiny as to the language to make sure that it's clear what their intent is.
Okay, well, I bet we will be having a lot more discussions about this. All right, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your insight on this.
Thank you for having me.
All right, it's important to note here, votes can change before formal opinions are released. We need to take a break. We'll be right back.